on behalf of myself and my colleagues who are running in this federal election and all the support and volunteers and hard work, I'd like to introduce the next Prime Minister of this country, OToole.
Good evening, Charlottetown! Wow, it is great to see so many people. It is great to be back on Prince Edward Island. It is great to be in the birthplace of this great country. And I am so proud of our outstanding candidates, Conservatives across Prince Edward Island, Conservatives like Barry Balsam, Conservatives like Doug Curry, Wayne Phelan, and Jody Sanderson. And for the first time since my friend Gail Shea, we're going to have some blue on Prince Edward Island on September 20th. And you know why? Because they're passionate people, passionate islanders who are going to fight for Prince Edward Island in Ottawa, unlike Justin Trudeau's MPs representing him from Ottawa. It is so fitting to be here in Prince Edward Island as we decide the future of our country. It was here where political leaders of all stripes gathered to discuss their shared vision of what Canada could be, what Confederation could accomplish if we worked together, if we respected one another, and if we emerged united as a country. This last year and a half has been tough on Islanders, just as it has been for families across Canada. And that's why I'm happy to be here in Charlottetown, the birthplace of Canada, to talk about our plan to secure the future of Canada. Because it's with candidates like our candidates here on the island that we need to get together as a country, to work together again, to respect one another, to unite this great country, to get our country back on track, and ensure that all families here on the island and across the country have a better future for their kids. And it's so great to see many young kids up front here. Thank you, guys. Thank you. This reckless election, called by Justin Trudeau as he ignored the Delta variant cases rising across the country, as he did nothing to get people out of Afghanistan as it spiraled into chaos. And after ignoring for months the pleas of the tourism and hospitality businesses here on the island who've been holding on over the last year and a half, Justin Trudeau called the election for himself. That's right. But this election is actually about each of you. You all have a very important choice to make in this election, because our country right now is at a crossroads. The two paths ahead of us being offered to Canadians in this election could not be more different. The first path, the path of Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, and the Green Party, no plan for Canada after the pandemic. They want to shut down whole industries in our country, leaving tens of thousands of people out of work, out of hope, at a time we need those jobs the most. Neither Mr. Trudeau or Mr. Singh have a plan to get Canada out of debt. Neither of them are concerned about inflation suddenly becoming a problem in Canada for the first time in 40 years. Those parties don't realize that costs are skyrocketing for families, but they see their wages shrinking. And when asked about inflation and rising prices, Justin Trudeau said he doesn't think about monetary policy because it doesn't matter to families. Doesn't matter when someone's always taking care of things for him. Those are the words of a prime minister who is totally disconnected from the real needs of families here on the island and across the country. Well, our team and our Conservative candidates here on Prince Edward Island are going to fight for those families here on Prince Edward Island. Our team will relentlessly focus on creating jobs, give families a break, and tackle the housing and cost of living crisis facing our country. The cost of ice cream is even going up, I think. So this election is about what party has a plan to get our country back on track and to rebuild the economy after COVID-19. And our plan, Canada's recovery plan, creating all jobs in all sectors in all regions of this country, helping the world-class tourism sector here in Prince Edward Island get back on its feet again.
Yes, sir.
Hear, hear. Focusing on the wellness of our economy and the wellness of our communities by showing leadership on mental health, some of the challenges that will be with us long after the pandemic. This election is about who you think can secure the future for all Canadians. Now, my time in the military first brought me to Prince Edward Island. Our Sea King helicopter crews got to see fishing families working on the ocean through tough conditions. Tough people working hard for their family, for their community. I respect that. My time in the military deepened my love for this great country. And my time in uniform also taught me another important lesson. You need to have a plan for every mission. And our mission is the recovery of our economy, and we have a plan called Canada's Recovery Plan. And this plan will get our economy firing on all cylinders in all parts of Prince Edward Island and in all parts of Canada. First, we will secure jobs by recovering 1 million jobs lost in the pandemic within 1 year. We will secure accountability by enacting new anti-corruption laws to clean up the mess in Justin Trudeau's Ottawa.
Awesome.
We will secure mental health, as I said, by delivering our Canada Mental Health Action Plan. We will secure the country by building capacity here at home, making sure we're ready and prepared if there's ever another crisis. And we will secure our economy by balancing the budget over the next decade so that we don't burden these young people with Justin Trudeau's debts. Now, more than ever, friends, is a time for a plan. Now is a time for a prime minister with real experience. Now is the time for a team. And I am so proud of our team. It's almost like military precision. They're all in a line there. Jody, Barry, Doug, and Wayne, a team that will put Islanders and Canada first. At ease, gentlemen. Stand easy. And what's the alternative, friend? You know what the alternative is. More of the same with Justin Trudeau. More insider deals, more ethical scandals, more entitlement, putting himself first, Canadians second, and no plan for the future.
More lies.
More lies? Probably yes. We've seen that in this election. And more from a Trudeau government that already, today, is borrowing $424 million more each day than we can afford. Think about that for a minute. every day, almost $500 million of new debt going on the shoulders of our children and grandchildren. Canadians cannot afford more of the same from Justin Trudeau, the NDP, and the Green Party. We've already seen the impact inflation is having, driving up the cost of everything here on the island and across the country. Gas for your car or truck going up. Groceries for the family going up. Back to school clothes for the kids going up. And I see some nodding parents here. There are a lot of back to school shopping happening right now. You know firsthand from that shopping that Justin Trudeau is making your life less affordable. And with his debt, he's expecting your kids and grandkids to pay back the debt. From day one, a Conservative government will work tirelessly to make life more affordable for you and your family. And we will start in the first few months of our government by implementing a month-long GST holiday this December, giving families $1.5 billion back in their pockets and helping our retailers, because you have to go to a bricks and mortar store to get the savings. We will cut your gas bill. We will help cut your phone and internet bills, and we will get your grocery bills down. And in the process, we'll create more full-time, more well-paying jobs. Because my top priority, our priority as a team, is getting as many people back to work in all sectors, in all parts of this country, as quickly as possible. That's what Canada's recovery plan is all about. We will not leave Canadian workers behind. All Canadian families deserve a break, and they deserve to be part of our economic recovery, not Justin Trudeau picking what jobs and what parts of the country have a recovery. We will build more resilience and less reliance, and we will get people working with a new hiring incentive. We will help the tourism and hospitality sectors here in PEI and across the country by encouraging more Canadians to vacation in Canada, our Discover Canada program, so that more Canadians can come to the gentle island, the birthplace of Confederation, and see Anne of Green Gables live on stage. That should be on everyone's Canadian bucket list. And we will double annual funding for the Small Craft Harbors program to support jobs and economic opportunity for the communities who rely on those harbors. And Jody remembers, he took me out on the sea, ladies and gentlemen. My first time since the Navy. Low tide, and a smaller ship than I'm used to in the Navy, Jody. But we were in North Rustico Harbor for a short trip. They could barely make it out of port because there hadn't been dredging or support in decades. Decades of Liberals have led to decades of decay. That will change under a Conservative government with Blue here on the island again. Have you ever been to sea, Jody? We had a great day in North Rustico. And whether it's North Rustico and Prince Edward Island, whether it's Corner Brook, North Sydney, where I was yesterday, whether it's training on Vancouver Island, getting my wings in Winnipeg, Manitoba, born in Quebec, grew up in Southern Ontario, kid with middle class background. Our family had opportunities, our family had challenges. But I was taught to work hard, help my neighbor, help my community, and love my country. I love this country, and I know that you do too.
Yes,
Canada is the greatest country on earth. We've got challenges, but we've got incredible and limitless opportunities. We must walk the road of reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. We must heal the wounds from our past and from our present. We all must muster our true patriot love to help Canada be the country that we know it can be. If you don't love your country, are you going to dig deep to make it better? We will dig deep and we will make it better. Justin Trudeau, Jagmeet Singh, and the other parties always seem to want to tear the country down. Always just focusing on where we have or are falling short, and never on where we have stepped up. Never like they did in Charlottetown a century and a half ago. Focus on where we can work together for the benefit of everyone. Well, I want to build our country up. I want to grow the Canadian story, and I think that means being proud of Canada. That means putting our flags back up. That means rededicating ourselves to reconciliation and building a greater country. It is still amazing to be here, the birthplace of Confederation, as someone standing to lead this country. You know, when Justin Trudeau was running to be Prime Minister, he was once asked what country he most admired. Do you remember what his answer was?
Cuba.
You do. Well, now I'm here, in the birthplace of Confederation, running to be Prime Minister, and I want to assure you that the country I most admire is the one that I've tried to serve my entire adult life, Canada. I believe our best days are on the horizon. I believe that we can bring hope back to this country, opportunity back to this country, 1 million jobs in the next year, ambition and teamwork back to this country, to recover our economy and to recover our hope for a brighter tomorrow. Our plan is how we're going to do it. Friends, we have the plan that Canada needs. We've got the team that Canada needs, including, at attention again, gentlemen, including our incredible team on Prince Edward Island, people stepping up because they love this country, they want it to recover, they want a brighter day. Let's do it. Secure the future. Let's get to work. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.